so long that we grind out Hades while it was relevant, and then just ghosted us for the rest of the players. You know, the group that is half the group that is decidedly not here right now.
Of course.
I mean, I get it. You like to poke your fingers into your eyes while it's relevant and get them out. Bullshit. But like, I've never. I don't want to do 50 clears of anything to get them out. This is already frustrating trying to get 3 mounts.
Wait. Hey, Paul?
Yeah.
You need to hear how many clears Max and I had to get in order to get the deserving out.
Well, I mean, ask Aurelia and her 470 some clears of Seed of Sacrifice.
Why?
Because she.
I don't want anything in this game that much.
So Max was at what, 200 and something, and I was at
271.
271, and I was at 339 deserving kills to get the mounts. But that's back when that was the final.
That was the final,
mount
before
you get.
Before they upped the drop rate.
And because we had nothing else to do in the game.
I don't play the game. That's what I do when I have nothing else to do in the game besides farming
Star
400.
That's also
You
when
know,
I was doing my mentor for that mount. I had the 2000 done before Stormblood launched.
I don't have the sanity, Max, to be honest with you.
Well, like, so because it was Heavenly Heavensward, I was getting paired because sometimes I would do them late at night as well. I was getting paired with dual boxers, spamming the first guild test under the armor guild test over and over again. So pretty much, probably I could say half my mentor that clears was that guild test.
Wow, that's insanely weird.
I don't do the mental roulette just because I don't want to get stuck in a fight that's like I'm fucking
Yeah, like
savage fight.
We get the odd time we get Odin, Shiva Extreme was the other usual one. Sometimes it would be Ramu Extreme. Hardly ever the first 3. Yeah, it was usually Ramu or Shiva or Odin that popped up in Extreme when that came around. It was none of the Heavensward ones.
I don't want to talk about how I was fighting the wrong one and that one still didn't get killed faster.
God, I remember one Ramu Extreme.
Well, because you weren't doing any damage to it. But with
I remember one Ramu Extreme where you still have the cross class skills, and the other tank didn't have Provoke, and I'm like, okay, there is no way we're gonna be able to do this because you have to tank swap in Ramu Extreme, and if you don't have Provoke, it's not gonna work. So I just sat my ass down. I'm like, I'm not doing this. You guys all have fun. You want to kick me, but we are not clearing this fight. And they're like, ooh, let's destroy it. I'm like, no.
Huzzah!
We're fucking done.
Yeah.
But
And
no, Zakeksa.
they pulled a few times, and I'm like, I told you. And they're like, ooh.
all right, now Zua has it, and
Oh,
we are done with Ruby.
I see as a Kexon.
If they would, instead of one pull or something else, we're just done.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to try Hades just to see how bad it goes if we try and underman it, but that's up to you guys.
The problem is when you get to the what's it called? The fourth
Just
phase.
queue it.
Fuck
No,
it.
no. When you get to the 4th phase, you have to have 8 players to resolve the mechanics, or else everybody dies.
Fuck the 4th phase. We'll never get there.
Yeah, no, you have to get to the 4th phase
Queue it.
because
I love Hades. It's my favorite summon. Queue it.
And I know.
Don't we have to have 2 tanks as well?
yeah, you need to have 2 tanks as well.
Queue it.
Well, I was gonna try and invite this this summoner in front of me, but he started a cutscene. What a rude dude.
What a rude dude.
Why don't you love us, Max?
Be yawns. You gonna get up
When
and
do you
be
think I
wild
entered the
now?
cutscene? I don't want to do Hades.
Or back. Clear this.
Be not afraid, Uki.
Oh, we'll get through phase 1 just fine, and then we're gonna get our asses handed to us.
I'd also love to see what Black Cauldron actually looks like. Considering A, he only does it in normal mode. B, it's almost impossible to get there and have him cast it.
The one I really want to attempt is Warrior of Light.
We can get through phase 1 with that.
You did it.
We did it! Yay!
Easy
GG's. Where's the chest? I still don't give a fuck what anybody says. Best expansion.
Guessing Dragon's gonna do the other baiting on the outside, or the other towers.
You gotta point your tether. Oh, bull.
Yes, but I had to get that. Or does the tank get the last one?
You got.
Whatever. We're fine.
Oh. You got one of them, bull.
Okay, we got through phase 2.
This is what we need another tank for.
Your fault, bull. Tank Yorm.
Fine,
You guys
I
actually
get the
went
fight.
in?
Yeah, but they
Why not?
can't. Damn it, Eorum.
It's not my fault!
It is your fault.
I had threat on Eorum. You could have just ran away with freaking Nabrialis and let me murder Eorum.
Try again.
No.
Try again without him. No! No! Dragon! Why we can't jump, Dragon?
Dragon bull. Just to make you suffer.
He pulled, like it went off her head as it let me exit, and I was like,
It doesn't even hurt!
This is great. Dragon.
Kill me! He doesn't know how!
You sure about that?
That tank buster will kill me, yes.
But no, the phase after Eorum and Nabrialis, if you don't have all 8 people, you can't resolve the mechanic correctly, and you're gonna have people die, like a majority of the group die.
I'll have to let him die. Tanks of superiority. All use tank engines.
It's die to doom, so I'm just doing them
All come
Just
warrior
Asuna
to
to do.
Snowfield.
It's not a suitable.
Top off to 100. Come warrior. Just top off. Fuck it. Alright.
That
Was
later.
fun.
Yep.
We can't went back to sleep.
They do that.
But that gets
The kitty is eepy.
Hades, and then Seat, Castron. Okay, so I'll say this. Frickin' Cloud Deck is a frickin'... It's such a joke. That, like, beginning of this expansion I did that with an 8-man all casters, or not all casters, all healers run.
The unfortunate thing is going to be for me to sacrifice and both Emerald and Diamond weapon. All 4 of me, Zoa, Bull, and Dragon need to bounce. That's gonna be a grind. But we got time. We got so much time. Anonymous Elephant. I didn't know Zoa was on this page already.
I have finally got my first Fall Guys win, but it's because I was in a solo instance.
Oogie, when I sorted top by ADPS,
It's
27 of the top 100 are not samurai. The rest are samurai.
No, okay.
If that
That's
had
not where I was
actually
going.
been Uki, that would have been fucking hilarious.
I
No.
That was Zoa.
No, my whole thing wasn't like looking at like pure like 100% like the absolute top number. Like
Yeah,
I
just
was
went to
looking,
sort by damage and win.
I was trying to say that in a vacuum, like ranking wise, Machinist is a lot higher up than what you give it credit for.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm saying I couldn't compete with a samurai. Is all I was saying.
Only a black
Okay.
mage can compete with a samurai.
Which is fair, but I'm saying you could compete with the monk, which is a true statement.
I'll still disagree that. I think I'm more of a summoner level damage on Machinist.
I mean, I'm looking at the ranking. Machinist is pretty close to Monk.
Yeah. They're one next to the other in the rankings.
I don't know exactly what all those ADPS actually.
So
Means,
ADPS is your
but-
actual number.
Well, no, I know
Right.
that part, but like I don't know what their scores and
So-
percentiles and all this shit specifically means.
No, and then the other thing is you actually have to look at the number of custom parses that are out there for the classes too.
Yeah. Machinist has 8,600.
Yeah.
Monk has 6,699.
Yeah.
Monk
No,
is
that-
the third least on this list. Good lord.
Yeah, but you know why? Nobody wants to take a fucking bard. Nobody wants to take a fucking black mage.
Black mage too complicated.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's they want the res. They want the res for the backup res for fuck ups, and they're not taking a red mage for it if they can avoid it. So they'll take a summoner. That's why summoner, if you look, has the single highest number. It's purely because of that.
Yeah. The next highest is Samurai. Because they stab things real good.
And then the next highest is Reaper.
'Cause it's
They
the new
also-
flashy job.
Because they also stab things real thin.
Isn't Reaper like a monk light or something like
It's been,
No.
Reaper right now is Monk Ultra.
that? No.
Like,
Well, I mean, like in
Like-
terms of button pressing, it's easier to.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it's like
no.
Dragoon.
it's Baby Dragoon when it comes to levels of simplicity on button pressing and rotation. But its
Yeah.
damage output is closer to like a Monk Ultra, like
I
a
was gonna say it's
like Baby Samurai.
I'd have to say it's the simplest physical melee class.
Oh, absolutely.
I just remember back in the olden days when Monk was, you know, the class where you stick it in front of a non-moving target and Monk go burr. It was the single highest DPS in the game. That was fun.
When was that? Because
Like
That's-
ARR.
no. Excuse you? ARR.
We'll talk about why a singular Dragoon has the highest R DPS on Palace Athena.
I can tell you probably why real quickly.
Like, what?
Because they probably got into a padding party and got like maybe one of the top A DPS fucking DPS in their party. You sit on Palace, Athena?
Yeah.
And we're just looking at individual kills here on each character.
Yeah, just damage per character for all jobs. Dang, European Japanese person. Why? Why it'd be on a non-Japanese server if you're Japanese, but also have a name like Obama Gaming? I'm so confused.
Let's look at that. Let's look at that run. Look at their group.
They have like 5 shit people and 3 good people.
5 shit people. I see 3 shit people and 5 good people.
Maybe I have the numbers backwards, but yeah.
No. So the astrologian, the summoner, and the samurai were all tanking, like tanking their damage in order to optimize the kill timer.
I'm out of here for now. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.
And this was a this was a parse run for the bard. It just happened to work out for the dragoon as well.
Ew. Why is Dancer DPS so low?
What, on our DPS or A DPS?
A DPS.
Because the reason that they're high on our DPS is because they grant like 2k buff.
Yeah, but like,
But
that's
they
like
trade it off by being slower than a bard.
tank. That's like tank level, baby.
I mean, here's the thing.
You bring
Here's
it
the
down
thing.
here for the buff to the other person, not for themselves.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like, that is God. Has to
Maybe-
have terrible fucking ADPS too. Jesus Christ.
I mean, like the top dancer, like the number 1 dancer on our DPS for Palace Athena was 11.5 for our on regular DPS number and 13.3 for our DPS. And then I think you go look at the tanks.
What you
Go look at the highest tanks. The highest tanks are only at like, because that's the other thing too, Bull.
get? Tanks are awful.
The tanks are all oddly even at just about 10k. And a couple like the top tanks of each category potentially breaking 10k. But that's about it. Like you're barely breaking 10 on like the top players. And but here's the problem with dancing. So many dancers know how to play for their buff, but not play for their personal damage. So then their natural damage ends up being almost as low as a fucking tank, while the person that they're buffing, being that player is playing at such a high level, fucking blows it out of the water and makes up for their fucking damage deficiencies. The reality is the good dancer with a good like partner, especially like a Sam, will like the combination will blow almost any other 2 DPS out of the water. So
Jesus Christ.
I still can't believe that took us fucking 21 clears to get.
Oh
that.
my god, that was miserable. I could
I
see
mean-
this is like 21 clears feels miserable to me at that pace. Getting 20 at like 8 minutes a clear, I'd pull my hair out. I don't have hair.
But here's the thing though, Bull. You wouldn't do 20 in one night at that pace, or at an 8-minute pace. You'd probably do like 8 to 10 at most.
I don't know. Max and Aurelia sound like they'd be having some long hours into it.
Max and I, when we were when we were talking those 200, 300 numbers on Zervin, him and I both agreed 10 a night, and like we were in parties together.
Yeah.
Like even after I cleared, Max stopped at 10. Like he didn't stop. He kept coming to help me, and we were still doing 10 a night.
Yeah, I don't. 10 is probably like a hard max for me on an 8-minute fight. An hour, over an hour and a half of smooth clears. Yeah, I'd probably call it there.
But that was about the tolerance we had for it. Like when I do Zeromus right now, I do probably 5 to 7 of them before I stop for the time being, because right now those clears are not fucking clean because fucking player base is still shit. Let's be fair.
I also don't think I can manage pugging it and seeing them drop, and like just if I see 8 of them drop and I didn't get one, I'll probably never do the fight again if I'm doing it pug wise. I just wouldn't. Like it's just like, nope, I should have had one by now. Fuck
no,
y'all.
so to be fair, I think Max, our first Zervin, the even drop wasn't until like 100, 120 clears in. Like, it was
The drop
really
rate was
fucking-
horrible.
Yeah, like it was really fucking terrible. Like
I remember,
just the fight.
going 100, you only see like one.
There's 2 fights I farmed, and they were during ARR. And I only farmed one of them because I was getting paid in game to farm it. That was Leviathan. I ran so much Leviathan, I literally turned my HUD off and went in first person and still did not die 30 clears in a row. I just was like, fuck it, I gotta make this entertaining, and whatever, still cleared. And then I wanted the Ramu pony. And then once I got the Ramu pony, I stopped farming Ramu. After that, I was like, I'm never doing this shit again.
Yeah, I remember Ramu Extreme was like one Saturday afternoon. It took 7 hours for everyone in the party to get their drop. This was about like a month before, no, 3 weeks before Heavensward was about to drop. And I remember I managed to get all the ponies within like the last 2 weeks, and then I also managed to get Nightmare at the same time. And then, yeah, so I managed to get the Cure before King. And then I remember trying to get through all the coil. I got past turn 11, tried to get a clear turn 12, or turn 12, yeah. Bahamut Prime. T12.
I mean, T13.
Or T13, sorry, yeah. Yeah, tried to get it clear that before the servers went down. Then it was much easier.
Yeah, I didn't get my Bahamut clear till after we beat Raid at level 60.
Yep, but I also know where Max got his what's it called? His drop from his mount from Final Alex.
Oh yeah. Because we got it together after.
That was
Sire.
That was the no, I got
Then it was
you,
me.
no,
Then Aurelia.
no, it was you first, then it was Simon. Because
I think I had even uninstalled the game at that point of Alexander being relevant. Like I didn't even try that last tier.
So that last year, the group I was with, we were server 5th.
Yeah, I was back when you and Deja and Tori and
Quinn and
Quinn
Nolan.
and Regan were talking over it. Still good.
You mean, no, Taco was in that group.
Oh no, you had the other Max.
Yeah.
And you had
It was
that other-
Regan. It was Regan, Quinn, Tori, Rosie, Deja, myself.
You had that other monk and that other Dragoon guy.
It was Luku and the
Luku.
other Max. Yeah.
And the other Max.
Yeah. But like that group, we cleared. Yeah, we cleared week 3, week 4, something like that. But back then, that was like that was enough for server 5th because nobody was fucking pushing on our server.
No.
Or rating got easy.
Yeah. I know, right? So we cleared, and then we farmed. We got our bar re-clears done before New Year's, and then the reason I remember you were first, Max, was we got all our re-clears done before New Year's, and we were done for the like we said we were done for the expansion, and then it was February we got you the clear.
Yeah, it was after.
March,
It was after the New Year.
It was March we got Sai her clear because she found out that you got your clear through us, and
And you
I wrote
dropped her that
and
guide that you wrote up for healing.
I wrote up no like I literally like studied Regan's healing because she was replacing Regan
Right.
for that, and I literally like got down Regan's exact heal pattern and everything. Just everything was perfectly documented, and I just told her literally memorize this fucking guide, and and come in and execute it, and you'll get your one clear.
Well, I remember Xerxes was there from my clear too.
No, he wasn't in the group. He wasn't in the group until after. He wasn't in the group until we were in the beginning of Sunblood.
Lord, why are my eyes burning?
Cause you tired.
Nah, it's like onion burning.
Oh. Somebody's chopping onions.
I hope not. Leah's laid down in bed.
Well, that's probably the cat.
Cat's chopping onions.
They do that sometimes.
They do that sometimes. Max Anuki is who I'm talking. Leah said hello to you.
Yeah.
Hello. They both said hi.
Resource management is proper.
Oddly enough, taking off my glasses seemed to have helped.
When you're straining yourself too much. Are you dirty?
Yes.
You're straining your eyesight too much. Go clean your glasses.
Yes, Mom. Oh, we should just go to the
Probably
That's
that too.
a better idea.
Hi. Oh, we'll get off here. I'll see you guys later.
Have you been lately?
Busy as fucking
Yeah, with your job and everything?
yeah.
Is your esports stuff still going on, or is that done?
Done for the semester.
Yeah. But you're done. Did you ever get that promotion, or?
Nope.
Oh, that sucks.
We fucking this CIO fucking basically, he never planned on actually promoting me. He fucking rewrote the position so that the system administrator could get the position, like, uncontested. Didn't even give me a chance to apply for it in the
You
end.
should ditch their ass.
Well, no, because here's the thing. Like, like, everybody on campus has realized how much of a fucking piece of shit this CIO is at this point.
Yeah.
And he's very quickly losing favor with, like, everybody.
Oh, so you're just waiting for him to host himself in his own turn.
Well, and he's kind of started doing it. So, and when that happens, right? I foresee the opportunity to get better pay, potentially, for what I do, and then it'd be worthwhile staying there further.
Yeah.
The other thing is, there's a huge push on the esports side of stuff. And there's talk of some of the donors talking about actually making an endowment that has to go toward esports every year, which would include a full-time salary for an esports director position.
So you could switch over to that.
Which is potentially paying more money than my current position.
Oh.
So I would be able to switch over to that and just run the esports program. But that would
I thought
mean
esports is kind of like on a bit of a decline.
so yes and no. Like certain games are, but like collegiate level, it's still not. It's much like, you know, and I don't think it's ever going to be on a full decline for collegiate because it's much like
Yeah, so it's more schools than private teams now, right?
yeah, like the schools are still doing quite a bit. So, and the developers still want to do stuff with esports.
Well, of course, yeah, they would push that. But yeah, like the heydays of, like, you know, high-paying contracts and private teams is probably on its way out.
Slowly, yeah.
I'm the last person in the group to get my stupid terminal. God, I hate that so much.
Yeah, what, Mount?
The Addiston.
Fucking told you.
Every time.
Fuck.
It's just stupid versions. You'll get it eventually. I'm like, I want it now.
No, you know, Jua's taking a bet on if you're actually gonna leave them or not. And I'm like, he's like, I get the feeling that he is.
I would
I'm
only
like-
leave. I don't really feel like putting in the effort to try and find a new group.
That's what I told him. I was like, the problem is, but here's the reality. He brought up because of their friendship with Ren, not with her husband. They can get two shits by him. Their friendship with Ren, that
Yeah, if it was easy for me to find a new group that's better, I would probably, you know, leave.
But but here's the thing. Yeah, like if they had a squad open up, they wouldn't like reach out to you. You would have to say something to them.
Yeah.
Like that's the condition, so that they don't ruin their friendship in the process. Because then at that point,
They
you're the
see it
one
as
that-
poaching and all that.
Yeah.
And at first they like I said, they'd have to kick Dragon to find a new person. But I don't see anything to do with that. Even though half the group hates Dragon.
Well, the other thing is they also are like, they're also like, Jua's like, well, wouldn't he stay because he brought in Karu and or he called her name now. I'm like, hell no. I was like, he doesn't have a loyalty to her. He's like, but he's the one that brought her. I was like, because she's half competent and they needed somebody badly enough. I was like, but she's also. I was like, you guys remember last year that fucking ninja that I kept saying was a two-faced piece of shit, right? For my FC static. Yeah, I was like, that's her. They're like, are you shitting me? I'm like, no. I'm like, Max has no loyalty to her. He just did it because he wanted to make sure.
I knew her, and I knew she was looking for something that was better than the last year that she had. I mean, she had a couple of lawsuits under the belt, but I thought she was better than that, but she's not.
She's not, and that's why I was like, honestly, he just did it because it was just a security blanket. It was easy. It was easy to find.
It was better knowing. It was better trying to get her than trying to find another PF or trying to find another recruitment rando that could turn out to be just as bad as that stupid Sage that we had.
Yeah, that was my point to him. I was like, now have you read? I told him, I was like, now have you read the conversations I had just blindly and not knowing all the information? You would think, based on the way Max is talking tonight, that he would be leaving immediately, like the first chance out. But like I said, unless an opportunity presents itself, I don't think so. I was like,
I'm not going to actively advocate for them to kick Dragon because that's not right.
But the reality now, here's a question: what if Aethiel and Bunley and two openings come up and they force Dragon to not be on Summoner so that you can join, and they decide to bring somebody in?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to keep Dragon around in a different capacity, I mean, and they want to replace
they know they already know.
Oh.
They already know that you would only play Summoner.
Yeah.
And in fact, that conversation came up during tonight when Dragon was in voice call. So he knows fully well, you know, that could be a potential because Sophia already told him she's not playing for it again. Because fuck that noise. She hated it. So, and Dragon had already offered to potentially go back to the dancer again. So it was like, yeah, that might be not a you know, want to but have to, depending on, you know. So like if Bun and Aethiel leave, then like the door opens up potentially where it's like you and I come in. And then, like, that's the way they look at it.
See, the thing is with them, you know, they say this all the time. Like, I mean, arguing, like complaining about
I know,
the ATL bitches and bitches. Like,
but
then when it comes down to it, like they're not gonna. They're just. They're just.
Bull has flat out said he will not. He's not going to pick anybody from the group. It's his group to leave. If anybody is leaving, then he will be replacing them. So, but he does not know how how people are going to be close to the expansion. Plus, you know.
I know it's still like what, 6 months away, 7 months away. So.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and it's like, you know, they might Bun and ATL, they might find the, you know, the gumption to, you know, to strike out on their own, but you know, they might take the lazy route and stick around. So.
Yeah, that's the reality of it. And he's like, and you know what's funny? I was like, because she was like, yeah, I would have thought Max would have had some loyalty to Cody because he's the one that brought her. I was like, no, I was like, if there's any person I know that Max would have had loyalty toward, or who he would have loyalty toward, it's Aurelia.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be the one where it would be a loyalty piece. I was like, I know that from, you know, raiding with them historically. And he's like, yeah, that's true. And then they're like, Uki, on a scale of Aurelia to Jua, where does Max's raid ideology fall? And I'm like, what's in the middle? They're like a bull level. I'm like, honestly, pretty close to a bull level. I would say there's certain aspects that he would lean more closer to an Aurelia level. There's certain aspects he would lean closer to a Jua level. And like, but I was like, I was like, yeah, definitely. There's definitely the statement of, you know, you're not quite 100% the way that, you know, Aurelia is on mechanic or like mechanics and
Uh-huh.
things like that. You have a little bit of flexibility there, but you're not like as like hard push, have to push the absolute top numbers like Jua is.
Yeah.
And that was the point that I made to them. I was like, I'm like, you're gonna get somebody who's solid and consistent. I was like, may not have the best numbers all the time, but you know, he's gonna be solid. I was like the last group I was in with him. Unfortunately, the reason his numbers don't show as solid is because if you look, he was almost consistently killed by our fucking shitty ass black mage. You know, like, but his black mage was putting out good numbers. I was like, yeah, but then he was always fucking dying and taking max out with him because it was always mechanics where he would do stupid shit and just get max killed. And he's like, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, that was before the changeover, and yeah, like ever since like my numbers have improved since they revamped some for Endwalker.
So, I haven't told you much about how my weight loss program stuff has been going.
Oh yeah, how's that been going?
So I started back up in mid-September.
Uh-huh.
I am down 62 pounds
Oh,
already.
good for you.
There was the added caveat of something that, honestly, I didn't have to hardly change my diet.
Uh-huh.
There was the added caveat of one thing that apparently my blood work has been showing for the last 7 years that my doctors never fucking did anything for, which was asinine, and they never mentioned it to me so that we could do something for it. So that was a big problem.
Which is
And now, I have been type 2 diabetic for 7 years.
oh, Jesus.
So,
There was never anything managed this whole time.
correct.
Yeah, usually your H1 whatever it's called, your H1AC. Whenever you get a blood test, that should automatically show.
Yeah,
Just
but
with
the thing
number
is,
low.
is that they always just told me it was normal, or it was all right.
What was your
like,
usual number?
or-
Was it above 6.1?
That's the thing. I never looked at it because they always just told me shit.
Oh, you've never actually looked at it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that was part of the problem. I mean, part of it was my own fault because I never looked at the shit. But,
no. Yeah, that's a big factor then. Yeah. If
But,
you get on
yeah.
the right, you get on the right medication. You start exercising just a little bit, then yeah, you can see some big difference.
well, what they do as soon as I,
Are you on Ozempic or whatever? Or?
yeah, they put me on that.
Yes, that would do it.
So But it's honestly like I'm not on a big dosage of it.
No, you
And I-
always start off small.
No, so my doctor's already said that she's gonna keep me on a low dosage of it.
Yeah.
Be on a higher dosage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I started on so my first month I did 1/4 milligram a week.
How were the
single shot.
side effects for you?
Oh, I'm not feeling them at all.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because people that start too fast, too soon, yeah, those are the ones that have problems.
So the doctor was like 1/4 milligram for the first month, and then I was doing a 1/2 milligram. Been doing a 1/2 milligram since.
Yeah.
And she said that's how it's going to stay.
Yeah, I was just reading an article about people
But
are ODing on Ozempic, and they're having to call poison control center and all that stuff. I'm like, you people are dumb.
But the problem is a lot of people who are ODing on it and shit like that.
Yeah, they're getting it from like compounding pharmacies that are doing it themselves with sketchy ingredients.
Well, it's one that, but the other problem is that people are also doing that because not only they're being idiotic about it that way, there's this kind of reality of one of the major factors people are talking about. The reality is that like the amount that you actually need in your body is so minuscule, it's unfunny. And the only side effect that I'm having is it's actually helping improve my weight loss speed a little bit
Yeah.
because it is a natural diuretic. Like it's part of the. Like, that's not why my doctor put me on. They're like, look, because I did find out. I asked my doctor what my actual number was, and she's like, it's a 10.5. And I'm like, okay, that's quite a bit high. She's like, it's a little high. She's like, the bigger concern is.
Yeah, because I've read horror stories about some people that have adverse reactions to Ozempic where basically their food is basically stuck in their stomach and they're basically their digestive system is like fucked due to being on Ozempic. But those are rare cases.
But the problem is so many people just they don't give a fuck. And it's
They're just using it. They're not using it for what it's intended for. They think it's a magic pill, and it's not.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
So of course it's shorted everywhere. I'm surprised you're able to even get some sometimes.
So yeah, my doctor like has the prescription.
And you're probably gonna have to be on it for the rest of your life.
Doctor doesn't think fully so. She
Well, I
and the
mean, you
reason
could probably be off of it and once you've got to a certain point, be able to.
Well, no,
maintain.
she thinks that I actually like even with where my H1N is right now. She thinks it's completely because A, it was uncontrolled, B, like I was like, look, I very much had a sugary tooth, right?
Yeah.
I was like, but I'm now like off the sugars and stuff because, you know, one, trying to have a healthier lifestyle, but two,
No, that means ordering less from Kids and Dishes and all that stuff, probably too, right?
I mean, as long as I'm careful about what I'm ordering, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So. But even then, like I wasn't ordering like what I was ordering from them wasn't the big deal. What was the big deal from before was how I was going about like like the sweets and stuff I was ordering from like 7-Eleven and stuff like that. Like, so like when I order like my regular meals, fine, because I was already on like a higher protein diet. But that's what they want. They want it to be high protein. They want me to be, they're like high protein,
Lower carbs.
well, they said lower carbs, but I'm like, that's fine. You know, the biggest thing is okay, like rice, potatoes, stuff like that. I'll limit myself 4 times a week on that. Outside of that, you know, like if I want like popcorn or things like that, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Which I enjoy popcorn and stuff like that. The biggest thing is also was I wasn't getting like hardly any dietary fiber in my diet. But now I found a lot of things that have added fiber into my diet. They were like, your protein amounts were close to right. Your caloric intake was actually phenomenal for if you wanted to lose the weight. The problem was is you had a lot of sugar in your body and you didn't have the dietary fiber to break down all the protein properly, and that combination is what caused you to only maintain weight instead of lose. So
Yeah,
so
like I have to have a whole lot of fiber every day, or else I know I can feel it. Especially when you have to go.
Well, and so they told me they're like 20 like 20 to 30 grams of fiber a day is my target number. And then the other big thing that they doctor told me, she's like, might cost you a little more, but it gets you how to sleep tooth. She's like, it's gonna sound counterproductive, but she's like, what type of sweets do you like? I like peanut butter cup stuff. Like, she's like, okay, you stop at peanut butter cups. You actually gave me a perfect item to prescribe or to suggest to you here. And I'm like, okay, shoot. She's like, have you ever heard of the Quest, like protein snacks and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, did you know that they have a peanut butter cup one? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. She's like, now you can order a package of 10 servings, and a serving is 2 peanut butter cups. Like if you were to go out in town and buy a package of Reese's, right? And she said you can buy the 10 servings for like $32, right? She's like, you're paying what for the Reese's cups right now? I was like, if I go out in town and buy them at 7-Eleven when I want them, probably $2.29 each, plus tax, plus driving back and forth each time. So probably about $25-26. So like, so yeah, if you're willing to spend a little bit extra money, right? She's like, here's the big thing about those. Like, 1 gram of sugar, not too high on carbs, 10 grams of protein for if you take both, 6 grams of dietary fiber, and only 200 calories for both.
What's the taste though?
Honestly, I tried it. Doesn't taste any different than the Reese's cup.
Yeah, you just change the thing slightly. Yeah, it's just the way the Reese's is manufactured.
Yeah, it really did not taste hardly any. Like I don't taste the difference. Like let me rephrase that. I don't taste the difference when I eat like 1 or 2. If I wanted to engorge myself and start eating a bunch of them, I'm sure I would start noticing subtle differences. You know?
Yeah.
But like I've tried a couple of them because like even our 7-Eleven has them for like $3.49 for the package. So like for like a single like the single 2-pack. So it's like okay. So at least like on a rare occasions if I want something like that I can do that. Right? Or I can just order the 10-pack and have it here at the house. So that's what I started doing with that, and then I'm like, that's my one sweet. But then it was like this past month, right? Because I've lost 47 pounds going into this month, and this month was only 15, right? Or going into November, I only lost 15 in the month of November, right? Here's things to consider. My birthday was the beginning of the month. That whole weekend, I had different people wanting to celebrate my birthday with me. Right? Parents wanted to take me out to dinner. The family friends wanted to celebrate their grandchild's birthday and my birthday on that Saturday. Right?
Right.
And then G and Malaya wanted to celebrate my birthday that Sunday.
G actually exists.
Because he's just, honestly, he's just been bored with final because again, same reason that like I'm complaining. I complain about people. Like nobody was getting on. There was nothing to do. But here's the thing. For me, that just meant outreach to other groups.
Yeah.
Keep hitting Pia. G doesn't have other groups to outreach to, and honestly couldn't be bothered to continue trying. And after the shit that happened with last raid tier, he's been disheartened about raiding. And you know what pisses me off? He's been disheartened about raiding this tier, and then over the last few weeks, Mari's been fucking raiding again, and she's already gotten through fucking 10S. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, Mari got through 10S?
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird situation.
She's like, I want to clear a raid tier while on content. I'm like, but at the same time, Mari, you need to put in the time and dedication from start to finish.
Yeah.
The reality is,
Stuff that
the
we know
reality,
of her.
the reality is that the people that, you know, Car and Quinn have made friends with, that they hang out with in Quinn's Discord. Because there's only one reason I don't go in there. And you know damn well who that person is.
Yeah.
He's fucking in there all the time. And Mari knows it. I've made it publicly known. Like I went and hung out with Mari and them in the Discord the other day. Like helped Mari set up ACT, hung out for a bit, stuff like that, right? And Mari's like, why don't you come hang out with us a little bit more? And I was like, well, you know the answer to that. She's like, I was like, I'm not gonna get over somebody fucking being two-faced and manipulative and lying. And I'm not gonna confront her about it because, first of all, I'm not gonna put the people who told me that information, you know, on blast. You know? But I would suspect that since she should have that suspicion because I went from being cordial and talking to her, you know, to I tolerate her and and I try to avoid being around her. Like she should understand that there's something wrong. But she doesn't seem to give two fucks. It's like whatever. You know? And that's what I told Mari. So until I get an apology from her, which I was like on top of it, the fact that, you know, I was like, I hate saying it, but the fact that she joined Max's Static and she's getting her clears and shit, like, she's gonna use that as further ammunition to say that she knows what the fuck she's talking about, and that I shouldn't have, you know, gotten involved before anyway. And it's like, well, first of all, you were never trying to help them, you know? Like, when they asked advice, she would never fucking pick up. Like, I'm guessing she just listens to what she's told to do, and that's static of yours. He probably doesn't pipe up very much against frickin'
She's pretty quiet. Sometimes she's got a fucking problem.
Exactly.
She's a
I thought she
Catholic,
was-
since she's a Catholic, she's just famous.
But the thing is that this guy, but the thing is that when that group last year needed her to step up because she was the person who had the most experience, right? She took no consideration in volunteering to help. But then bitch, when, you know, they would ask me for help, and me being an outsider, I'd still offer to help. And her response is, well, he won't be calling the fight when he's not in here. He won't be doing this when he's not in here. Like, he's not always going to be here for us. Why are you letting him call the fight? Why are you letting him do this stuff? Right? And it's like, well, he's letting me do it so that he can learn the fight and understand it, and he can understand how I'm calling it, so he can try to see, like, a good way to call it. Makes sense, right? And him and Xerxes always came to me for advice on scheduling and shit like that and recruitment because they couldn't talk with her. And Hime got fucking fed up with her because he was fucking conniving and two-faced about shit. In fact, it wasn't even G, Lauren, and Xerxes that told me first. It was fucking Hime that told me first. And when I confronted the others, they just confirmed what Hime had originally stated. You know? The reality is Kadu knew that they wanted somebody with experience in the group, and that they were gonna bend her well, so she's fucking been the best in the and she knew that I'm too good of a person that when I found out about the ultimate shit, I was gonna back away because and help from the shadows as much as humanly possible about having public being because